Kameshwaru, what happened? Major. Veena. We'll keep it for break time, change it. It should be fine. Or during cough also, we don't need it, right? Use the wired one for now. Huh? For bhajan? It's there. Take it and go. No, there is no Shruti. Yes?
गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः नमो तस्सा भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि अशेवो बहिष्ठेऽस्ति उष्टास्ति उष्टा यतशाय बहिष्ठायशे स्माइजये Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Bismillahirrahmanirrahim 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 La ilaha illallah La ilaha illallah Allah heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Om Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahe Satya Devaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahe Satya Devaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahe Satya Devaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Vinayaka, 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 Vinashaka, Vinayaka. Vinashaka Vinayaka, Gauri Nandana He Shivanandana, Gauri Nandana He Shivanandana, Gauri Nandana He Shivanandana, Gauri Nandana He Shivanandana, Parvati Nandana Gajanana, Parvati Nandana Gajanana, Parvati Nandana Gajanana, Mushika Vahana Gajanana, Mushika Vahana Gajanana, Mushika Vahana Gajanana, Modaka Hasta Gajanana, Modaka Hasta Gajanana, Vinayaka, Vinayaka, Vinashaka Vinayaka, Gauri Nandana He Shivanandana, Parvati Nandana Gajanana, Mushika Vahana Gajanana, Modaka Hasta Gajanana, Modaka Hasta Gajanana, Vinayaka, Vinayaka.
I am God, I am God, I am no different from God. God, I am God. I am no different from God. I am the infinite supreme, the one reality. I am the infinite supreme, the one reality. I am Satchidananda Swarupa. I am Satchidananda Swarupa. I am Om Tat Sat Om. I am Om Tat Sat Om. I am love, I am truth, I am peace eternally. Love,
I am truth, I am peace eternally.
I am ever, I am truth, I am peace eternally.
Love, I am truth, I am peace eternally.
I am ever pure delight, I'm always full and free.
I am ever pure delight, I'm always full and free.
I am ever pure delight, I'm always full and free.
Ever pure delight, I'm always full and free.
Fear or grief can never touch me.
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 I am Om Tat Sat Om.
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 I am God, I am God, I am no different from God.
I am God, I am God,
I am the infinite supreme, the one reality.
supreme, the one reality.
I am Satchidananda Swarupa.
I am Satchidananda Swarupa.
I am Om Tat Sat Om.
I am Om Tat Sat Om.
I am love, I am truth, I am peace eternally.
Love, I am truth, I am peace eternally.
I am ever pure delight, I'm always full and free. Fear or grief can never touch me. I am Om Tat Sat Om. I am Om Tat Sat Shanti.
Sairam, everyone. Let us start today's program by offering our loving salutations to our Divine Mother and Father, Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Swami, we are gathered here today in your divine presence to celebrate the culmination of one more year of Sai spiritual education classes made possible by with your love, your guidance, your blessings, and your grace. Swami, the children and the SSE gurus of Sathya Sai Center of Jersey City have prepared a loving garland of programs and activities to celebrate the graduation of the SSE class of 2019. On behalf of everyone gathered here today, I offer this graduation program at your divine lotus feet. Please bless us all and guide us through the program. Dear Swami, we pray to you to declare the SSE graduation open.
I declare the convocation open.
Sairam, children, parents, and members, thank you for all coming today. We are joined today by Sister Sumana Murali and her husband, Brother Murali Balasubramaniam. Sumana Murali feels blessed to be the fourth generation of her family that loves and worships Sathya Sai Baba. She was among the very first batch of students who joined the Sri Sathya Sai primary school in Prashantinilayam for a few years, and she later returned for her bachelor's degree in Anantapur campus. After completing her master's and her master of philosophy degree, Sumana earned a master's in elementary education in New Jersey. She's a master of everything. Master of the mind, master of the senses. Through the years, she has played office-bearing roles in the Sathya Sai organization, and she is also an SSE guru. She has been primarily teaching SSE for over 20 years. She is also a public school elementary teacher that enjoys spending time with her students. Sumana derives great joy while with children, whether she's in school or in SSE. She shares this beautiful journey with her husband Murali and her son Shreyas, who could not be here today. Thank you, Sister Sumana and Brother Murali, for joining us today. I now invite Sister Sumana to address the kids and share her thoughts about SSE and the road ahead for the children. Let's give a warm welcome to her.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most loving salutations at the divine lotus feet of my beloved Swami. Sai Ram members, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunties, and loving children, Sai Ram. I had this beautiful opportunity of speaking to all of you today, but I said to Aarti that I will primarily be speaking to you children. So this is for you. So you sit up straight and your eyes on me. There you go. I would like to start off with a question. When did Swami start SSE? Does anybody know? When did it first start? When? A long time ago. How long? Definitely not when the dinosaurs were around. Little closer. But you're right. Do you know when? Are you stretching or you have an answer? Yeah, what is it? 1950. You know what? Kiss your brain because you're right. So, in the 50s, Swami used to take children and their families. You know how you go on a picnic with your parents? So, Swami would take the families for a picnic, and they would have a picnic by the riverside. How fun is that? They would decide to have dinner by the river. And while the moms and dads are cooking, the kids would have nothing to do. Do you get bored sometimes when you have nothing to do? So guess who would play games with them? Yeah, Swami would play games with them. So they would all sit in a circle, and Swami would play games with them. That is how SSE first started. And then as the years went on, we started having classes, we have rooms, we have boys and girls in group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, and that is how you are here. So you are part of a program that started a long time ago. And guess what? I went to it too. Yeah, truth. So I went to it too, just like you, and went through group 1, group 2, group 3. There was no group 4 then, but a young adult, and here I am today. My son went to SSE group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. And you want to know a fun fact? Rushi was in my SSE class. He was little, right, Rushi? So it's been a few years, and I teach. I'm a classroom teacher. I teach first grade. Yeah, for real. Like a regular teacher. And I've noticed that when you go to school, you always learn things from your teacher, right? Reading, writing, math, science, social studies, computers, art, music, correct? When you come to SSE, you learn how to be beautiful on the inside. Your teacher at school teaches you everything that you need to know, right? You need to learn to read. How many first graders do I have here? First? Second? Third? Fourth? Fifth? Sixth? Okay, seventh? Okay, eighth? Ninth? 10th? 11th? 12th? 12th? Thank you for being here. 12th grade, and you said you're 7th, right? 7th grader. So pretty much you learn to go to school to read and to write and to learn math. When you come to SSE, every single week for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, you are learning to be a beautiful person on the inside. So I came to talk to you today to give you 2 messages, and they're very important ones. You listening? 2. The first one that Swami expects out of all of you is love and respect for your parents. There's no 2 ways about that. love and respect for your parents. Okay? That was something he always asked us to do. As when I was your age, he would always say, no matter what, even if you get annoyed with your mom, even if you get annoyed with your dad, you always have to love them and respect them, because there's nobody in the world, nobody in the world. There's 7 billion people on this planet. There's nobody in the world that cares for you more than your mom and dad. Nobody. Just the two of them. So if you're in trouble, you have good times, you have bad times, guess who's going to take care of you? Your mom and dad. That is the first thing I came to tell you. The second thing I came to tell you is the very reason why Swami started SSE. When Swami started SSE, he said, I'm starting this program so there is a generation, that means a whole world of boys and girls who have a clear and clean conscience. He wants you to have a clean and clear conscience. Have you heard the word conscience before? No. Okay, how about this? How many of you have made mistakes at school? Every hand should go up. Right, me too. How many of you, when you made a mistake, knew that here is that piece of, that little voice that is in you is called your conscience. Can you say conscience? Conscience. And guess what? Everybody has it. Everybody has it. That is the voice of God talking to you. That is the voice that tells you, hey, what you did was wrong. You don't need anybody to tell you. You know that yourself. When you throw a tantrum, you know you're not supposed to do that. Right? Yeah? That's your conscience telling you, don't do that. And everybody, when they're born with it. It comes, just like your phone comes with a camera now, you come with a conscience. It's inside you. It's like a compass. Have you seen a compass? Yeah. Have you seen a compass? A compass always points to which direction? Which direction? East, north, correct. So your conscience is always going to point to the right way. It's always going to point to God. It never breaks. It's never going to need servicing. It's never going to run out of battery. It's always going to point north. And you know what I call it? I call it our inside GPS. Have you seen a GPS? Yeah, your mom and dad drive with it. It says turn right, turn left. You made a mistake, make a U-turn. Yeah? And it says you have arrived at your that's a GPS. So I call it our GPS, and it is called God Positioning System. That's on the inside of each one of us. Whether you like it or not, it's there. But you know what we do most often? We don't listen to it. We say, nope. So I came here today to tell you two things, right? One is love and respect for your parents. The second is always listen to your conscience, always, because it's never going to guide you the wrong way, even if mom and dad are not there to help you. Now, if I take a sunflower seed and I plant the sunflower seed, am I going to get a sunflower plant? Yeah? You seem doubtful. What do you think I'll get? I planted a sunflower seed. What's going to happen to that seed? It's going to grow, right? And then when it grows, what kind of flowers does it have? Sunflowers. Does that always happen? How about I decide to plant a mango seed? What kind of a tree do I get? A mango tree. But I can't plant a sunflower seed and expect a mango tree. That doesn't work. right? Now, when I plant a sunflower seed, I can't just say bye-bye, walk away, and say grow by yourself. What do I need to do? Correct. I need to feed it, right? Yeah? What else do I need to do? I need to get some sun. That's food too. What else? How? Sometimes when I walk away from my plant, there are weeds growing by my plant. There are big, huge weeds. What do I need to do? Take away the weeds. I need to seed it. I'm going to rhyme now, so listen to me. I'm going to seed it, I'm going to weed it, and I'm going to feed it. Good job, you're listening. I'm going to seed it, I'm going to weed it, and I'm going to feed it. Only then my sunflower is going to grow, correct? Your mom, your dad, your teachers, they're all sowing seeds in you. Math seeds, reading seeds, writing seeds, social studies seeds, all those seeds. And they take care of you at school, right? They say, don't do this, don't do that, do this, do that. They protect you and they make sure that bad things don't happen to you, correct? So they weed all the bad things away from you, right? And then they feed you. I'm sure they do. Yeah. So, right. So guess what? Everybody is like a farmer and you are one too. Because you feed yourself. You get to choose what you want to do every day. Now your choice is to sit and listen to me, and I love the way you're sitting and you're facing me. I really do. You made that choice, and that's a good choice to make. And then you made a choice to come today, and you made a choice to look handsome and beautiful today. Those are choices you made. You made a choice to participate in an SSE program. I see kids dressed in the back. That's a choice you made. You make choices every single day. So you are seeding, weeding, and feeding yourself every single day. And I want to teach you something that'll help you grow your conscience like you grow your sunflower seed. Do you think that's cool? Your parents help you grow it. Your teachers help you grow it. All the aunties and uncles in this room help you grow it. But guess who can help it grow it too? Yeah, but you can too. You have to try first, only then he will help. If you sit there like lazy daisy, he's not going to help you. You need to help yourself. And that conscience is his voice, is God's voice in you saying, don't make that choice. It's wrong. Remember GPS? Because he's in your heart. So you need to make sure that you grow your conscience and you don't let weeds grow around it and you forget about it. So I'm going to teach you 2 ways to do that. And I'm going to teach you why do you think you need to learn to grow your conscience? Why? Why bother? Why? Why should I care? Less chance of making mistakes. What else? Because that's the way human beings are. You have a conscience, and do you feel good when people are nice to you? Do you feel good when there are no bullies around you? Do you feel good when people are smiling at each other and helping each other? That's what your conscience helps you do. And every single person here should be growing their conscience. And your conscience helps you respect your mom and dad too. It makes you love your mom and dad. When you're not nice to your mom and dad, your conscience tells you, hey, you were not nice to your mom, go give her a hug. Whose conscience has said that before? Yeah. So you need to grow that conscience. So I'm going to teach you a way to do that. And I'm going to teach you why we do that. So I want you to pick up one of your hands and hold it up. Hold it up. Yeah? Fold your thumb inside. Okay? And close your forefingers over your thumb. This is a handy model of your brain. It's like this, okay? Your eyes are up here. This is the top of your head. This is the back of your head. It's like this. This part is your spine, which allows you to sit straight. It's like that. All the information from your brain goes through your spine to your body. Now, this part, the inside part, it's called like the lizard brain. Have you seen lizards? Lizards are always looking to see if there's danger. How many of you get scared? We all do, right? How many of you really go, oh, I'm scared, and run away from spiders? And we do. This part of your brain helps you do that. It's all the way on the inside. And then there's this part of the brain, your thumb. How many of you feel happy and sad? Excited? This part of your brain helps you feel that. Okay? Now, close your fingers. This part of your brain is about here. Okay? This is called the smart part of the brain. All your math, your reading, your writing, everything that you learn is stored over here. This is the smart part. This is the part that makes people go, ooh, that's a smart kid. Okay? I call it the smart part and the scared part, and the feelings part. Now, one thing you have to remember, whatever you practice gets stronger. Okay? Because in your brain, there's lots of nerves and neural connections that go up and down that send messages. It's like a supercomputer. That's why sometimes when you throw a tantrum, when you're angry and you're upset, you flip your lid. The smart part goes away. Guess what people are saying? The lizard part of your brain. You're angry, you're yelling, you're screaming, you're upset. When you put the lid back on it, the smart part comes out, and you're smart. So it's important for you to train this part of your brain. When you train this part of you can train your brain. That's what I'm saying. You can train your brain to have a super conscience so that you are able to love and respect your mom and dad. And you can train your brain to be kind to each other, because this part helps you be kind to each other. This part helps you serve. When Swami says love all, serve all, that's what he's talking about, to make this part strong. When Swami says help ever, hurt never, he's talking about making this part strong. When Swami says love and respect your parents, he's talking about this part being strong. And the entire SSE he started to make this part strong. Is that cool or what? Now, you have to train this part. But the way you train it, because your brain grows with you. Your brain doesn't stay the same. It grows. When you eat your fruits and vegetables, it grows. But it also grows because of what you think, because what you practice gets stronger. For example, let's say I'm walking down a path. There's no road, and there's a path that I have to walk through. Can you walk with me? So I walk in that path, I go through the cornfields, and I go to my house. Then I walk back to go to school, I walk back to go home. I walk back and I walk. What happens to that path every time I walk? What happens? What happens to that path? What happens? Yeah, does the path get wider? Does it get deeper? As over, there's no more grass and it becomes nice and clean. Yeah. It becomes smoother, exactly. Guess what? You're making paths in your brain. Every time you play video games, you're making a video game path. Every time you throw a tantrum, you're making a tantrum path. Every time you say your prayers, you make a prayer path. This part gets connected to your brain and sends a message. You're making paths in your brain all the time. Who wants to make good paths in their brain? Because the more you practice, the stronger it gets. If you practice whining, you get stronger at whining. If you practice not listening to your mom and dad, you get stronger at not listening to your mom and dad. That path in you, because your brain will learn whatever you teach it. Whatever you teach it. So your parents, your SSE teachers, are trying to make good paths in your brain. So you can help yourself now by trying to train your conscience by training your brain. So are you ready? I'll teach you 2 ways to do that. And maybe you could practice this summer. Do you think that's possible? Anybody interested in doing that? Yeah? Okay. So, sit up straight. Because it's very important for the spine to be straight. Do you see? It's always straight. It's never crooked, even in a model. It's straight. Sit up straight, because if this becomes crooked, by the time you get enough oxygen to your brain, you're going to be yawning. Do you yawn in class? Oh, yes, you do. You do. We all do. I do too, even though I teach. Yeah. So, okay, sit up straight. I have a bell here, okay? I brought a bell with me. When I ring the bell, that means the training has started. And when I ring the bell again, that means it's over, okay? I'm not going to be speaking. So what I want you to do, one of the best ways to train your conscience and to make your conscience stronger is to breathe. Are you breathing now? Yes. But this is the way to breathe. When you breathe, your belly should come out. That means you're breathing properly. So, you have a question for me? Yeah, what is it? It comes out, it becomes big. And when you breathe out, it goes back. Big, small, exactly. So, you know how you're holding your belly like that? That's exactly how I want you to sit. You sit straight, with your spine straight, with both your hands on your belly, okay? Now, when I will ring the bell, and I would like you to close your eyes when I ask you to, only so that you're not looking at other people, okay? So you're concentrating and you're training your brain to pay attention to your breath. Now, I want you, I'll ring the bell, but I want you to put your hand on your belly and count how many breaths you took. How many times did your belly go up and down, okay? Sit up straight, close your eyes, hands on your belly so you can feel your breath, and I'm going to ring my bell. When I ring it again, you can open your eyes. But this time, close your eyes, okay? And here we go. I'm going to start. Don't let your mind think anything else. If it thinks about anything else, say, think about what you're breathing. All that oxygen is going to help you. And say, I'm going to train my conscience. You opened your eyes. Did you count? 52. Okay. How many? 81. Whoa. You weren't running, were you? No. How many? 20. That sounds about right. How many? 11. Okay. 9. 11. 13. Those numbers sound right. 81, I'm not quite sure. Yes. 6? 36. Okay. I was like, okay. So here's the thing. When you paid attention to your breathing, did it feel good? You can do that every single day. You don't need my bell. You can sit down. You can do it on the bus. You can do it at home when you wake up. You can do it before school. You can take a picture of your favorite God, whoever that God is. Keep it in front of you. Close your eyes and say, I am going to train my conscience today. When you do that, children, the first thing that happens is your brain, you start making that path in your brain of breathing right. You start over in under a month. If you do it every day, I promise you, in under a month, you will be kinder, you will be smarter, you will be happier, and you will be way more mature than you are right now. I already think you're very mature. But you have to train that brain every single day because you don't want to flip your lid and show the lizard. The smart part always has to be back on. So that's why Swami started SSE, to have a generation of boys and girls who have a clean and clear conscience. But you have to train your conscience. It doesn't happen by itself. Have you seen some people are mean always? That's not because they don't have a conscience, they forgot about it. They just forgot about it. They're not bad people, they just forgot. So you don't forget. So that is one way to train your brain, is to count your breaths. Okay? Do you have any questions for me about training your breath? No? Okay, good. Second one. Every time you come to the center, how do we always start our prayers? By saying 3 ohms. Do you agree? Have you ever wondered why we don't say anything else and we say Om? Could have been any other sound. It could have been Ah. Right? Why? But why Om is my question. I'm not asking you what the Om means. Why? Because the world started. You're absolutely right. Look, her smart part is working. Scientists say it was the Big Bang and the world started. In the Bible, it says, first there was the Word, and the Word was God. How can you say a word without a sound? Right? So the world, the entire creation, started with a hum. It's a hum, it's a vibration. And Swami says that sound still holds the planets up in space. That sound still keeps the world in order. And it's a sound that's there inside your body. It's a vibration. And when I was your age, I'll tell you a little story. When I was your age, I was in Swami school. And after school, it would be a long day. We'd have bhajans every day, 6 to 7. So we'd play outside, come back in, wash up, wash our face, wear our pajamas, and go to bhajan. That's a cool bhajan. You don't have to dress in whites. We used to go in our jammies to bhajans. Sometimes Swami would come in between the bhajan. There used to be a chair just like this for him, and he would come in and take a seat in that chair. Sometimes I would be asleep because I had a long day. Do you sleep sometimes during bhajans? Oh, well, okay. So, I would sleep. I would fall asleep. And sometimes he would wake me up with a pat on my head as he walks by, and I would wake up and I would see him. One such time, he said, do you know how, he said to all of us children, he was standing like this and we were all sitting. He said, do you know to chant Om? And we all chanted. He said, there's a way to say it. And he put his hand out and he said, it needs to sound like an airplane. Now think about an airplane. You're playing outside or you're at school, probably in your front yard, backyard. How many of you have heard a plane far away? You knew a plane is coming, but the sound is far away. Have you heard that before? Right? But what happens to that sound as the plane comes? It gets louder. When it's close to you, it's the loudest. What happens as the plane flies past you? The sound gets smaller and lower and softer, and then you can't hear it anymore. Swami said, our ohms should sound like a plane that's coming from far, coming close, and then back far away. And he said, that's the way to chant Om. So, do you think we can try to chant it like that? We might need some adult help for this. So remember, spine should always be straight, okay? Straight spine. Remember, you can use my hands for figuring when it gets louder, but you need to take a deep breath before you start because ohms need good lungs. Ready? Om. That's how it should sound. Every single time. That's exactly how it should sound. You start soft, it gets loud, no screaming, and then it goes back down. When you chant like that, you take a lot of air into your lungs. It keeps you healthy, first of all. And two, it cures a lot of aches and pains you have in your body. You don't know. But most important of all, it trains your brain to keep your conscience clean. But guess what? You can't chant it once. How many times do you have to chant Om? No? How many? How many? No, not 101. That's way too many. Nope. 21. Thank you. 21 times. You need to chant it 21 times. But is this something you can do by yourself? You need your mom and dad for? No. It's something you can do by yourself. I taught you 2 ways you can train your brain and sharpen your conscience, because that's what SSE is. Otherwise, what's the point in coming to SSE? If you want to be beautiful on the inside, you want to be kinder to each other, you don't want to be a bully, but a buddy. If you want to be nice to everybody in the neighborhood, Swami has given you ways to do that. He's given you a beautiful brain. He's given you the power. When you do this, you know what you can do? Before you're probably going to get angry, but you know what? Your smart part is going to take over, and it's going to say stop, think, and then choose. Choose if you want to kick and scream, or choose if you want to be quiet. Your smart part is going to say stop, think, and choose if you want to lie or choose if you want to tell the truth. and you're always going to make the right choice. So, boys and girls, it's important for you to keep yourself healthy and follow those two things Swami has always told children and older boys and girls. Always love and respect your parents. What is the second thing? What's the second thing? And follow your conscience. Never forget your conscience, because your conscience is with who? In your mom's bag? Where is your conscience? In your heart. And whose voice is the conscience? Swami's voice, guiding you all the time for free. Don't ignore him. Keep him in your heart. And these two ways I told you, breathing and what's the second way I told you? Om. Chant Oms 21 times. Is something you could try to practice doing over the summer. Right? Is that something you can try? Try. Maybe mom and dad can sit with you. Moms and dads, you could sit with them, because if you don't sit, they're not going to do it. So mom and dad will help you. Choose one way. You don't have to do both. Just one. Every single day. I will ask Rushi or I will ask Aarti auntie, and I'll ask them how you are doing. And maybe the next time I see you, you're going to be so smart that I can't even take it. I'm going to just take you home with me. So, do you have questions for me, boys and girls? No? You have a question? Yeah. Anytime you want. There's no good time to say it. It's better if you say it at home, not on the bus. Say it at home when you wake up, maybe when you go to bed, maybe when you're like super bored. You could do that. But remember, what you train, what you do over and over again gets stronger. So always make the right choice. You could do Om anytime you want. Any other question? Yes? Why should we do Om? I'm going to leave that to your SSE teachers to tell you. I'm going to leave it to them. There's a reason why you should do it 21 times. And Swami tells you each time what it means. You say why you say it 21 times. Why is because we are human beings. Because we have the brain, and we have this unique gift, special gift, to think and make choices. We always think and make choices. When it comes to animals, animals do whatever they want. They hunt. They don't hurt you till they feel threatened. That's why for animals, this part of their brain is really strong, because they trained it really well. That's why they get scared when you frighten them. That's why they run away from you. And if they feel really, really threatened, they come to bite you. That's because of this part of their brain. That's just the way they're made. But we have the smart part. They don't have the smart part. Maybe a little bit. You have the smart part of your brain, and your smart part tells you, what is your name? Ananya. So its smart part tells you, Ananya, make this choice because this is good. Make that choice. Don't make that choice because it's bad. Because as people, as men and women, as boys and girls, you have the ability to think that animals don't have. They act by instinct. We don't act by instinct. We make a choice. Every single second you make a choice. Any other? Stretching? No question? Yeah, what is it? Anytime you want. If I were you, I would wake up nice and early and do it because it feels good. I wouldn't sleep till 10 o'clock. Yeah, looks like somebody sleeps till 10. Yeah. Another one? Yeah. the bus will say bye to you and go. So you have to make that choice again of waking up on time. You could even say it before you go to bed. It's a choice you make. You could say it before you do your homework. It's your choice. All right, so with that, I will close. Boys and girls, I hope you were able to take something from me today. And all those who are going to the next group in SSE, congratulations. Are you excited? Yes. I am too. That's why I came to celebrate with you. So have a good summer. And thank you, all the elders here, for giving me this opportunity to speak to them. Thank you, Sairam.
Sairam, thank you, Sister Sumana. That was beautiful. Let's all give her a round of applause, coming all the way here and sharing some wisdom to help actually not just the children, but all of us, how we can have a nice, calm summer with 2 points, which is we can either do counting our breathing or we can chant 21 ohms, and this will help us, all of us children, on how to love and respect our parents. It'll become easier for us. We won't snap. We won't, get irritated. So this is all just tools and techniques that I think will be useful for all ages. Thank you so much for the acronym for GPS, God Positioning System. I wrote that down. I wrote down seed, weed, feed it. We have to keep trying with these three ways, make it very easy for us to remember how we can keep making the path stronger in the right direction. Thank you. We will now move forward with some cultural programs by our SSE children. This is our loving offering to Swami from our students, from our SSE gurus, and our parents, summarizing what they have learned throughout the year using a mix of song, dance, drama, and presentation. Swami, please accept our offering so that we can move on the path to really graduate and move forward in life to the next level. We begin with a beautiful dance by our tiny tots, the kids from Sai Nursery. Through this dance, they will show and tell us how we should control our senses.
Oh, be careful, little eyes, what you see. Oh, be careful, little eyes, what you see. Lord Sai's watching us, He is ever within us. So be careful, little eyes, what you see. See the Lord, little eyes, see the Lord. See the Lord, little eyes, see the Lord. See the Lord, little eyes, He is ever by our side. See the Lord, little eyes, see the Lord. Oh, be careful, little ears, what you hear. Oh, be careful, little ears, what you hear. Lord sighs watching us, He is ever within us. So be careful, little ears, what you hear. Hear His word, little ears, hear His word. Hear His word, little ears, hear His word. Hear His word, little ears, and spread it o'er the world. Hear His word, little ears, hear His word. Oh, be careful, little tongue, what you say. Oh, be careful, little tongue, what you say. Lord sighs watching us, He is ever within us. So be careful, little tongue, what you say. Sing His praise, little tongue, sing His praise. Sing His praise, little tongue, sing His praise. Sing His praise night and day, and we sing it all the way. Sing His praise, little tongue, sing His praise. Oh, be careful, little hands, what you do. Oh, be careful, little hands, what you do. Lord sighs watching us, He is ever within us. So be careful, little hands, what you do. Serve the Lord in all, serve the Lord. Serve the Lord in all, serve the Lord. Serve the Lord, little hands, with all the love you have. Serve the Lord, little hands, serve the Lord. Oh, be careful, little feet, where you go. Oh, be careful, little feet, where you go. Lord sighs watching us, He is ever within us. So be careful, little feet, where you go. Surrender to the feet of the Lord. Surrender to the feet of the Lord. He will lead us to the wonderland of love. So surrender to the feet of the Lord. Oh, be careful, little mind, what you think. Oh, be careful, little mind, what you think. Lord sighs watching us, He is ever within us. So be careful, little mind, what you think. Fill your mind with the name Sai Ram. Fill your mind with the name Sai Ram. Within you, without you, He's everywhere around you. Fill your mind with the name Sai Ram. He's our very best friend, Sai Ram. He's our very best friend, Sai Ram. He's our mother and father and teacher and God. He's our very best friend, Sai Ram. Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram.
It's now the turn of our Group 1 children. This year, the kids learned in their own fun way how to practice sealing on desires, service, respecting parents, having faith in God, and writing God's name. They got an opportunity to learn about the Navavidya Bhakti, or the 9 forms of devotion, by acting in one scene in the play from last year's celebration of Bhagwan's birthday. They started practicing writing God's name daily as part of their routine after they learned the Navavidya Bhakti. Today, they are here to perform a small drama on their favorite lesson plan of the year. Let us all sit back and enjoy the program.
We, the Group 1 SSE class, would like to share one of the most valuable lessons we have learned this year through our play, The Happy Kingdom. Once upon a time, there was a king who wanted to know what one thing can make anyone unhappy. The king had a wise minister. We, the Group 1 SSE class, would like to share one of the most valuable lessons we have learned this year through our play, The Happy Kingdom. Once upon a time, there was a king who wanted to know what one thing can make anyone unhappy. The king had a wise minister.
In my kingdom, unhappy. My lord, I have an idea. What is it? What is it? You must tell me right away. We can ask everyone in our kingdom to bring at least one item that could fill one's life with unhappiness.
Immediately, the minister announced to the subjects of the kingdom to present at least one item to the king which brings them unhappiness.
My lord, all our subjects have come and are ready to present their unhappy object. Call them one by one and let us hear what they have to say. Please come.
My lord, I have brought a stick. Sticks are used to hit other animals and also people, and they cause unhappiness for many.
My lord, I have brought two objects. I have brought this broken necklace, which makes me look ugly and therefore brings me a lot of unhappiness. My king, My king, I brought a sword. Swords are used to hurt others when one is angry and therefore to cause much unhappiness to others. My lord, I have bought bitter fruit. It tastes terrible and that brings me unhappiness. Here is my broken guitar. When I play it, it doesn't sound melodious and that gives a lot of unhappiness. I am not satisfied. What are these two words? Bad tongue. My lord, a bad tongue can kill others' happiness and joy, destroy their hope and courage, and push them into a pool of misery. It can cause hurt to others' hearts and wounds which may not heal for years and years. A bad tongue is the worst enemy of man. I am very impressed and satisfied by your answer. Minister, please reward this artist with a basket full of gold and diamonds. Indeed, your painting teaches us a lesson more precious than any gold or diamonds. Thank you all for attending this assembly today.
Now the king wanted to know which item can bring immense happiness to any of his subjects.
Please come.
My lord, I have brought a box of sweets that tastes amazing. When I eat it, it gives me lots of pleasure.
My king, here are some nice clothes. When I wear it, it makes me look beautiful, and seeing myself look so amazing gives me a lot of happiness.
My king, I brought these good books which give me knowledge and happiness. My lord, I have brought two objects. I have brought plants which are so beautiful and colorful and therefore bring me a lot of joy. My lord, I have brought antique ornaments which bring me a lot of happiness when I wear them. I am not satisfied with any of these answers. My lord, forgive me for being late. I have a painting that I would like to show you. Please come forward. My lord, my painting shows the mouth of a man and tongue while talking lovingly to a poor, lean, hungry old man. What are these two words? Good tongue. My lord, material possessions make man happy for some time, but a good tongue, by speaking a few words of sympathy and love, can bring happiness to others for years and years. It brings hope and cheer to the suffering, strength and confidence to the weak, and sympathy and love to orphans. Only a good tongue can bring true happiness. Excellent, excellent. Once again, I am very impressed and satisfied by your answer. Minister, please reward this artist with a basket full of gold and diamonds. Go give it. Everyone, please give a round of applause for this artist for teaching us the value of tongue. From now on, I only want happiness in my kingdom. Therefore, it's everyone's responsibility to use their tongue for only sweet words. Thank you all for attending this assembly today. My Lord, can we do affirmation? Sure. Everyone, please join. I speak sweetly and softly.
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 I speak sweetly and softly. God has assigned important tasks to the mighty tongue. The first job is to taste, which helps us to nourish our body. The second job is speech. It is a tool that you can use in order to express your thoughts, your ideas, feelings, prayers, joys, and your sorrows. If you're angry, you use the tongue to speak harsh words loudly. If you're pleased, you use the tongue to speak soft words in a low, pleasant voice. But remember, you want to use your tongue only for your good and the good of others.
Sairam, everyone. How was that dance from Sai Nursery, and how was the skit? Didn't they do a wonderful job? What was the lesson from the skit? Anyone? Always speak kindly and softly. And what does that bring you? Happiness. Thank you. Okay. We will now have a short tea break for about 15 minutes. We have a few more interesting programs lined up for our group 2, 3, and 4 students. So please have your tea break and be back in 15 minutes. While you're having your break, we will have a nice display of the highlights from this year. We have a nice montage of photos that we would love to share with you. Sairam. Yeah, but the order is all messed up now. No, that's okay if we can organize. I will use the bathroom. Wait, I don't know which mic to use. No, all the mics are always. They should work. I think he's giving it like this. Yellow mic is.
You need to get them ready in the next 5 minutes.
side up, side up, side up.